Back, we're talking about the work of three female rangers celebrating World Female Rangers Day. Later, and Purity, maybe I can start with you later. How dangerous is the work? Do you ever feel at risk? Does it require a lot of bravery? Is the bravery that you've had to find actually been to stand up to the ideas within the community about what you should and shouldn't be doing as a job? Later?
It is the bravery that you need and the passion in nature conservation that you need to have. You need to be a woman who knows what she needs to stand for. So, like putting our life in the line in between the poachers and the animals. And we as women, it is very much risky, but with the training that we go through before we become the professional rangers, it is helping us a lot to know exactly where we are going and to read the bush and knows about the poachers, since they come inside the reserve while they are armed and we are unarmed. So we don't fight with them, but we show them that by putting our boots in the ground, being brave enough to walk 12 kilometers in a hot area like Hoedspruit, knowing that the big five is there and you have to focus, your safety needs to come first, is as I said, that is the bravery that a woman needs to have, because so many people used to say that we really can't do the job that you girls are doing, walking for a long distance and having to face the predators while you are walking. But the animals, they don't know us and they don't know that we are there to protect them. We have to give the animals the right of way for us to be safe and for them to be safe. And by putting our boots in the ground, we are showing the poachers that we are not fighting to kill, but only protecting the animals.
Purity, you're married with a young daughter, and I think your mother-in-law helps you helps to look after her while you work. Do you worry about the dangers of your job with a young girl at home, or are you very dedicated to the idea that you are a role model for your daughter at this point, doing a job like the one you have?
Yes, of course, I worried because what I do, the work that we do, we protect the wildlife, and we can find sometimes some wildlife are very aggressive. For example, buffaloes and lions and giraffes. I mean, not giraffe and elephants. In sometimes when they are mating, they are very aggressive. So you might come across an aggressive animal while you are patrolling, and maybe it might hurt you, or even sometimes you escape by good luck. So sometimes I feel worried because I remember my daughter back at home. I know she's depending on me. Her mother, she's my only child, and also I know my mom is depending on me. All my siblings are depending on me, and also the wildlife are depending on me. So it's just a matter I commit myself because I have that passion of protecting wildlife, and I want to make sure that there is safety and happiness all over in the community and also in the wild. So it's dangerous, but I've committed myself to do this. So we were trained on how to protect ourselves. So we use the tactics to make sure that we live long protecting the wildlife and the community and also our family at large.
And Natula, I just wondered if it's had an impact, your training and the fact that you do this particular job, whether it's had an impact in your community in other ways, and has it had an impact on your life in other ways aside from when you're at work?
Actually, for us, we've not done a training for a long period of time. Things were just like 2 years. We started on 2019, and mostly we've been doing an in-housing training, mostly on the SOPs. And actually, we've got some clues on about it, handling the community, same as handling the animals.
Same,
so actually, yeah, a lot of impact there, like mostly not negative impact and mostly positive, because being there, getting to know about the animals, educating them is actually kind of not easy, but somehow easy. Yeah, they get to understand it day by day.
Yeah. Later, I just wondered whether the pandemic has had an impact on your work, because obviously no one can travel. You haven't had any tourists visiting. How has it affected what you do?
Yeah, this pandemic.
Sorry.
It's later and then...
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you. We have
who's
been
that?
able to later speaking.
Okay. Hi, later. Okay.
Thank you. Okay. We have been able to carry out our jobs almost as usual, as we are considered as essential service. We did have to increase our patrols as there was a risk of an increase of poaching as people are losing their jobs. Also, the lodges did not run anymore, so we lost the eyes and ears of the guides. And we had to make sure there was no increase in rhino or bushmeat poaching in the reserve as well as on the farms in the surrounding areas. So the pandemic did hit us hard as tourism and funding died from the beginning of lockdown till now, which means we had to be able to increase our patrols with less funding. It has been a struggle, but we have been able to ensure the security in and around the reserves remained at high standard.
Well, it's been so fascinating listening to you talk about your amazing jobs. I wondered just finally, Holly, how people listening can help female rangers and their efforts across Africa.
Yeah, absolutely, Mariella. I mean, there's lots of ways people can get involved with supporting World Female Ranger Day. It is today, but it's going to span the rest of the year and then go on each year after that. So you can visit the website worldfemalerangerday.org, and if you're feeling energetic, you can take up our walking challenge where you step into the boots of a wildlife ranger and you walk up to 20 kilometers a day. You can choose your own distances. So all the details are on the website for that. We also have interactive features where you can go on and leave voice messages for the rangers. We have an award, World Female Ranger Award, so you can nominate a female ranger, because we are chatting with rangers all over the world. We're spotlighting Africa.
Absolutely brilliant initiative. Really, really exciting. I fancy taking up that challenge, but not with the big five lurking around when I do my 20K walk. Holly, Natula, Purity, and Later, thank you so much for joining us and telling us about World Female Ranger Day.